Hi guys, welcome again. In the last video, I told you why I'm starting this channel and how I came about starting it. But in this video, I just want to talk to you about the first step when it comes to changing your life. But I don't want to get into it right away. I want to start with the story. So in 2019, let's say September, I came back from my college. I spent a year extra over there. Not because I was bad at studies, I was actually really good at them, but because I did not agree with having to go to class every day, to attend lectures by lecturers that I did not really understand. I had much rather spend that time in my room doing my own thing, but my college did not really agree with me. Of course, colleges don't. So I spent 1 year extra there. I was supposed to come back in 2018, but 2019 finally, I wrapped everything up, came back to my home, back to Gurgaon, where I hadn't been in the last 6.5 years, and that's a long time. So I basically had no friends, knew a couple of people that I used to hang out with. We eventually became really good friends, but when I just got here, it was quite depressing. I had no job because of because after spending those 6.5 years in that utter bullshit kind of a place, my medical college. That means, like, I won't lie to you. It wasn't like too bad of a place, but it was just like too many rules over there. I don't work well with them. So anyway, after that 6.5 years of torture, as I call it, when I came back home, everything was very different. I had just graduated. I was supposed to look for a job, but I decided to just not do anything for the next 3 months. In those 3 months, my parents were just at me. They were really on a mission. I thought I would relax at home, for the 3 months, but I don't think I even relaxed for 3 weeks. The first 3 days were great. They loved having me back, but post that it was just nonsense. Okay. So anyway, uh, January 2020, I finally got my first job, and I've always been a fan of teaching. I really like to make people understand things. Even back in college, I used to love taking a couple of topics that my batchmates were not really understanding, and I used to love teaching them. So the first job I took was a job at this medical college as a tutor. First real experience in life, first time earning money, managing my own finances. It was quite a lot, to be honest. The first 3 months went pretty great actually, because my job had it all. I did not have to work too much. I just had to take 2 hours of classes a day, and the rest of the time I was just doing my own thing. At the same time, because of my parents, I was also studying to go and do my masters, my MD. Even though I did not really want to do it, but I was being fed this knowledge that my degree is just of no use without a master's degree. I think that's the case with most of the people, right? So I was studying for it. 2 hours I was teaching, and I was really enjoying it. But then the lockdown came. Now suddenly I was in a job, but I had too much time on my hands. I did have to do the corona ward duties and all. I was actually one of the first ones who did those. But just overall, too much time on my hands. The world was shut down, no distractions. I could not meet my friends. I was tired of watching YouTube. I was tired of watching movies. I never really liked studying, so of course, I was tired of it. I had a new obsession at that time. It's called PUBG. I used to play it too much, but at some point, I even grew tired of that. So then that led me to think about my life. And when that happened, when the first time that realization hit me, like I knew I was not happy in my college. That was a fact. I was there. I knew it. But I thought when I started working, when I started earning my own money, by this point I had like a good amount of money in my bank account as well. But I realized I wasn't happy. And that is the day I remember it clearly. I was sitting in the parking of my college. I had just got done with my day at work, and I was just sitting in the parking thinking, what the fuck am I doing? Like, is this life for the next whatever years I can imagine? Is this it? At that point, I realized that I need to change some things. And to change some things, the first thing that comes to your mind, right, is that you need to have more money. And I was on an okay-ish salary. If you're from India, you know how much an MBBS gets. Okay, so like let's not really get into that. It's not fair for the amount of time and hard work we put in, but it is what it is. So earning that okay-ish amount of money, I knew I wasn't gonna be rich. So how can I get rich, right? So this is the first step. You need to figure out money, because people think of money as this big deal that you have to earn, and you have to work so hard for it. But the truth is that money is not all that. It's only that we are not taught about it in a way, we are not told about it, we are not educated on it, that the problem arises. If you understand money, I promise anybody, even with like a 20k salary, right, can get rich in like 15 to 20 years. I'm not talking ultra rich, please don't take it that way. I'm not saying you'll become Elon Musk, but you will be living quite nicely. I am like a living example of it. I started off with a salary of like 60,000, I think, and I used to like bunk my job a lot because I am like that. That first job, it got boring. Like I did not get to teach anyone anymore because the classes got shut down. The lockdown came, so I started bunking, and I wasn't. My paycheck at the end of the month would show like 45, sometimes 50, sometimes even 30k. So it was like that. And right now I have a lot of money in my account. It's only because I understand money. So my first lesson is money. Now here's where it comes. When it comes to money, it's very easy. Two golden rules, okay? Two rules. One, the earlier you start saving, the better it is. So if you're like a young person right now, if you're 18, if you're 19, if you're 14, 13, even better. If you have only 500 bucks to spare every month and you're 13 years old right now, by the time you reach 40, you won't be working anymore, my son. Like, you got that part figured out for you. Because you know how they say time is money? It's so true. You know what they don't teach you? Compound interest. I mean, they do teach you that, but they don't tell you how to apply it. Like if I was 13 and I was saving 500 a month, compounding at a rate of 10%, I am not going to do the calculations right now. Okay, maybe I will screen record it and share it with you, but like you will get shocked by the number. Okay, so first rule, start saving money as early as you can. There is nothing called as too late. I told my dad about mutual funds and investing and everything like 2 years back. He started it. He's loving it. He's loving it. Like he's almost 50 right now. Doesn't matter. Whenever you can start, you start. And that is actually the second rule. That you start saving your money whenever you can. That's all there is to it. That's all there is to it. Okay, so now I want to talk to you about the different types that you can save your money with. First of all, very simple one, just keep it in the bank, right? Very simple, everyone does it. You just don't spend it too much and you keep it in the bank. Second, and our parents' favorite, everybody who's over the age of 40 right now, their favorite type of investing is fixed deposits, which give you a rate of like 5.5, 6. The new banks are offering like 7 also. Depends, totally depends. 7 is a very good rate, by the way, but I don't think I think that's only for the old people. The third type of investing is a PPF, which is a public provident fund, which is sponsored by government, and it gives you a fixed rate of interest that you get every year. It keeps on compounding. Very, very good way to invest your money. Super safe. Probably one of the best ways, to be honest. Like for somebody who has no time on their hands, who doesn't want to do any research and just wants to like breeze through life, you can put like 1.5 lakhs per year in that fund. Please do it. Don't even like think about it. You don't ever have to worry about it. That PPF is super secure, ultra tight. Go for it. The fourth way, now, which is called investing. I don't consider PPF an investment. Of course, it's an investment, but it's backed by too many. It's backed by the banks. It's backed by the government. So I don't really think that it's saving money in a very smart way. Now, when it comes to investment, there are two types of investment that you can do. One is mutual funds, and the other is stocks. There's also other kinds of investing, which is real estate, gold. I'm going to come to those later, but for now, I want to just talk about mutual funds and stocks. Let me tell you about stocks first. That will make our understanding about mutual funds that much easier. So, what is stock? What is a stock? So, say I opened a company today. Like I need like a lot of money for it, right? So I sell some part of my shares as stocks. So like when you buy a stock from a stock exchange, be it anything, I personally use Paytm Money, but I'm thinking of switching now because of all the drama that's happening between Paytm and the government. Let's see, more on that some other time. But yeah, so stocks you can buy from anywhere. Like you just need a demat account. There are a lot of stock exchanges. You can buy from them. You can buy on apps on your laptop, on your desktop, or you can have some agent who buys stocks for you. Funny story about stocks. I had no idea about them, but then one of these days when I was working, I had this professor, and I was just having a small conversation with him, and in the middle of it, he gets a call. It was his agent, and he told him that I have this stock. I think you should invest in it. And he just did. Like his agent said it once, and he just did. So I asked him like, how does this work? And he told me that the only reason that he can survive on a salary right now and is doing so good in life is because he's been investing in stocks. So I learned more about them. So basically, a stock is your part of the company. So now, any business, when it does well, the owners profit from it, right? So if I'm a part owner of a company, say I have a stock, like I have 100 shares of Tata, and Tata is doing really good for the next 10 years, my shares will keep on increasing. So like say I bought it for 500, if the company keeps doing well, it could very well go up to 1,000 or 1,500 by the end of it, like in the next 5 years, 6 years. Stocks are not a very smart investment for somebody who's lazy, who does not want to research the market. So stocks are not a good option. And that is where mutual funds come in the role. I am more of a mutual fund investor because I love stocks. I just don't have the time to research and do all of that. So that is where mutual funds come in. What mutual funds do is they collect money from a lot of people like me, like you, and they invest in the companies that they think are the best. So they have like the best financial advisors on board. They have the best economists, and they have the best market readers. They have been doing it all their life. Like it's their job. So, and they also make money when we make money. So it's easy, right? So there are a lot of different type of mutual funds. You have large cap, which focuses on very big industries. You have mid cap, which focuses on like medium big sort of industries, and then you have small cap, which focus on new and up and coming companies. uh, any mutual fund, large cap is the least volatile, means that it has the least risk. As you go down, the risk keeps on increasing, but also the rewards keep on increasing. So a simple way that I invest in mutual funds is that whatever money I save, I put around 50% of it in large cap, because that's like long term, super low risk. It's gonna keep growing. It's gonna grow slowly, but it's gonna keep growing. 50% in large cap. I like to do 30% in small cap, just because there's a greater reward attached to it. So I do 30% in small cap and 20 in mid cap. And doing that, in the last 4 years, I am generating a return of around 65%, which for 4 years is great. Now you also can invest in gold or in real estate, but the two major reasons why I don't do that personally is because, first, gold doesn't really increase in value too much. It's a very, very slow rise. Like, there are some times in decades, some instances where it like really increases all of a sudden. That's usually during the times of war, or some situation like that. But for me personally, the way I see life, I don't really consider gold a great investment, and I don't invest in real estate because of obvious reasons, is that I don't have enough money. But now there's a new thing in market. It's called REITs, which is basically companies that invest in real estate, that make real estate, that let you buy shares of it. So if you want to like check it out, you can just check it out from there. So money, once you sort this thing out, once you can start seeing the big picture, no, like, I might be poor right now, but if I keep doing this for the next 20 years, I won't be poor. If once you understand that and you get that in your mindset and you make it a habit of saving, money is easy. Money is easy. How I personally do it is like, the day I get my salary, I take around 30 to 35% of it, and I invest it in over all of the things that I invest in. Um, I invest most of it in mutual funds, some of it in stocks, and some of it in crypto. That's just my preference. Of course, you're gonna have to like do your own research. I am just here to tell you the way, and I will share some of my favorite influencers, call them educators on YouTube, for money. Some are Indians, some are from outside India, but the way they approach money is so good, it's so thoughtful, and it's so nice that you watch enough of that, and I think you'll be very well set in your way. And with that, I want to conclude this video, because I can keep talking on this topic. Like, I have, in the last 4 years, I have done so much research. I have like hours and hours and hours of videos that I have watched, just to try to figure out money. But I just want to conclude this video by saying that you need to understand money. You need to understand how governments work. You need to understand how banks work. You need to understand how stocks work, how the mutual funds work, what is crypto, why it works, what are all these new things that are coming up. Just understanding that will help you make better choices. Like, I used to shop like a mad person. The first 3 months I was earning, I was shopping like a mad person. I was spending so much money on alcohol, on going out, because I was only seeing short term. Like, I was just thinking about this month. But the minute you make a mindset change, where you like just start thinking about 10 years down the line, you will stop doing that. Like, I got so obsessed with investing that when I started my work as a DJ, and I would get to play at a club for free, uh, I would go there, I would ask them what's the entry charges for the night. Say it's 2000. Now, since I'm playing there, I also get free drinks. So, say I had like 5 drinks that night, which becomes like 2500. So, in total, I am up 4500, right? I would on the spot invest that 4500 in something or the other. That's how obsessed I got with it, because in my head I thought this is 4500 worth of fun that I just had with money that I should not have. So, like, this money is gone, let's just use it. So the moment you start looking at it like that, nobody can stop you from getting rich. So with that, I want to conclude this video. If you want to know more about my investing strategies, more tips and tricks, please do leave a comment, and maybe I'll make another video sometime about it. Thank you. Please do like and subscribe, by the way. It'll just keep me motivated. At this point, I'm not really doing it for the money. I don't really care about it. I am doing good enough in my life. I just want to share my story with you all, and if you like, comment and subscribe. It really helps keep me motivated. So thank you for watching it.